I think we're live. I'm pretty sure we're live. I think so. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Wait for a couple people to show up, maybe. I'll eat some pizza. It's good pizza. Really good pizza. Mm. Okay. So, if you're watching the replay of this stream, today we're going to be doing something quite interesting. I don't know if it's been done before, but I'm assuming it has been. I want to create a mini game involving the Warden. This guy right here. So we've all seen this guy. Big, strong, tanky fella. Let's just get the kill command ready. Just so we have that on standby. Yeah. So the idea of this minigame is going to be a multiplayer absolute mayhem. And the idea is that there'll be like 4 players spawn in this arena. The Warden will spawn at the center. And your objective is to sneak around and try to get the other players to make noise that will trigger the Warden. Once the Warden is aggroed on a player, you're gonna have to run and try to lure the Warden towards other players before you're eliminated. Once the Warden kills you, you are out. And it's last man standing, I guess. I had this idea like a while ago in a dream. I kind of saw it. I saw it playing out and I was like, I gotta try to recreate this. And so we're here today. Oh, that's correct. Where's the regular stuff? Oh, there it is. We're playing in 1.19. So we have access to all like the 1.19 stuff. I don't exactly know. Ooh. What up, Lewis? How was your week? I wasn't expecting someone in chat already. It's good to see you from last week, my dude. Anyway, I'm wondering how I should probably start with the outer border. Just get a 2-block high wall just set up. So yeah, I'm working on a minigame today. This should be quite fun. We're gonna do the basic build first, and then we're gonna get some command block stuff involved. And I might have to go to Google, because some of the commands I need, I don't know how they function, or I don't remember how they work. So we're in 1.19, so I don't have any of my fancy tools. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. I just call everyone dudes, so I'm sorry. I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind. I had a question for you, Lewis. How long have you been watching my channel? Because obviously, like, you were here for last week's stream, and I see you're back for more. How long have you been watching my channel? I'm curious. Or did I ask in the last stream? I think I might have. No, I think about it. So there's our border wall. And there's the middle. So I don't think the players are going to be able to slingshot over this wall using the sonic boom, so I don't think we'll have to worry about that. So let's count how many blocks. There's 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, I thought I asked last time. As I was asking, I was like, didn't I ask this last week? There's 5 there. We do 3 there. 2, 3, 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I can't do math. 5, and that gives us a 3x3 center. Okay, I can see this working out. So let's create another ring. I'm not going to make it out of this material, but whatever. We'll just use it as a placeholder. So this block here is the middle. That's where the Warden is going to be spawning when all players are ready. Alright, now we just gotta do the same thing on the outer edge. And then we can start toying around. I wish I had another person with me to kind of test how the Warden will behave. I have no idea how the Warden will interact with multiple players on the field. So I'm just kind of going off of a hypothesis, I guess. Let's punch out 3x3 openings on each end around the middle. So that way the players and the Warden can navigate between these two sections. Nice and easy, just like that. A simple layout. And I think like this middle structure will be like maybe a hallway, I don't know. I know for sure this is going to be like a wall that the Warden can't follow. Like, so the Warden's going to have to go around. So there'll be this outer edge, there'll be middle. The players will spawn on these corners, I think. Or I might just make things easier for myself and spawn them all in the middle. And then have them summon the Warden when they're ready. I'm not sure how I want to do this. There's a bunch of options. But what I think I want to do is get some carpet. No, let's just use wool block. I don't think it matters. At least not right now. So we can do carpet patches or wool patches right here at these cross sections. This will mean like the players can easily just like transition from area to area. Ooh, what if you made a maze? For the starter map, I think I want to keep it like that, but I like the idea of a maze. It might be difficult to find the other players though, because the idea of this minigame is you use the Warden to eliminate your opponents by luring it and making vibrations. So like a maze might be a little bit difficult to do that, finding other players. If that makes sense. I like the idea though. I think I want to do another strand of wool around this back wall, just along this edge. So that way, like, yeah, it'll be quicker to go through the middle, but you have to be sneaking and you can run around the edge. I don't know, playtesting this is going to be a lot of fun. Whoops, I fell. And there we go. There's our midsection. I think I want to, like, maybe something like that, like round this off. Just because like the deep slate square looks kind of odd. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. It almost looks like a heart from certain angles. From this angle, it kind of looks like a heart. From this angle, it kind of looks like a Among Us figure with a sword or something. I feel like the wool is going to be tactically useful for like running around. Nice. This is probably not going to end up being the final design. I think it looks like a deformed heart. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm glad we agree on something. I'm not sure how playtesting is going to go. I plan on getting a couple of my friends together. We'll boot up a server and we'll launch the map when I've got all the commands and stuff ready. And then I plan on recording that, so it'll be a very interesting video just to see how people react. I think I want to do another wool layer on the edge. Just leave like the middle gap. It's gonna be a fairly easy map to avoid the warden on. Because like although you can outwalk the warden when he's not aggroed on you, I feel like it might be a little bit too close for comfort, especially if there are other players trying to get the warden to aggro on you. So I think the ability to like run is going to be useful. And I feel like players are going to want to run around a lot. And that leads to some opportunities with some traps. Okay, so that's all the wool I want to use. I don't want to put any more wool. But I do want to grab an anvil. Grab this. Rename our spawn egg to Will. Will the Warden. Interesting. He pathfinds to this corner here, and then he just kind of gets stuck. I mean, this will be a full wall. But if I just grab some snowballs real quick. Where are the snowballs? They're miscellaneous. I just grab some snowballs. He hears that, and he's going to come over here. Now, what happens if a snowball hits wool? Interesting. If a snowball hits wool, it has to hit... Yeah, wardens are blind. If a snowball hits wool, it's softened. But if it hits anything else, especially the skulk, it's going to detect that. So that's going to be interesting. When players get their hands on snowballs, they're going to want to aim their snowball so it hits something. And it doesn't hit the wool. We could do some interesting things with that. Now I'm curious. I'm going to raise this up another block and just see how the warden tracks around these little structures. So let's go ahead and kill the warden. We'll spawn in a fresh new one. Okay, so that confirms something I was worried about. I was worried he was gonna always pathfind to the same area. No. That is not a problem. Okay, so the warden's got dark, so we got darkness on. If I'm on the wool, he shouldn't be able to... He'll pathfind towards me, but... I don't think he's gonna... Yeah, if I'm walking and even running or sprinting, he's not gonna follow me. He definitely smells me. Now I'm curious. Where is he now? Oh, is that something else? Hold on. I just grab a stack of snowballs. So he's gonna path over there. But if I'm not sneaking, he comes over towards me. Okay, that's not good. So you have to be sneaking when you throw the snowball. Okay, so he is most definitely mad at me. Oh, I don't want to get it. So at this point, when the player aggroes the warden, nothing matters. Oh, this is a good opportunity. Come on, buddy. Use your sonic boom. Ah, dang it. Yeah, 2 hits of the sonic boom and you're dead, so you don't have much time to lure the warden towards other players. I kind of want it to be able... I kind of want it so all players will be able to move around freely without aggroing the warden. So, like, this is going to be kind of like a fast-paced but also slow-paced game. If that makes sense. Like, you'll be trying to utilize the warden. So, like, for example, you'll set off, like, say the warden's in the middle, and you have another player next to you, and you're over here. What you might do is, to lure the warden, make a little bit of vibration noise over here, and then scurry away on the wool. So, like, you're luring the warden, you're using the vibrations to lure the warden towards other players in hope that with the warden close to them, they're going to start to panic and mess up, and then the warden's going to find them and go after them. That's the idea. So yeah, although I do agree having too much wool would make it a bit cheesy, I also want to make sure that, like, players have the option to, like, run away and stuff. Although now that I think about it, I think, like, only the outer edge should have wool, so I might replace this later. Again, I have to do testing, and this isn't the final version. So we'll test it. I'll test it on my own time with a couple other people, just to try to get an idea how the warden behaves with multiple people around. I've tested it with villagers, which isn't really a good test subject, but it worked. And it was quite interesting. I discovered some interesting things, including the possibility of being able to pass the aggro from the warden to another player. So, like, if the warden is chasing one player, I tested it with a villager, I don't know about another player. When the warden was chasing after a villager, I moved into the warden's path, and the warden changed his aggro to me. Now, I know the warden prioritizes players over other mobs, so I'm curious how that might work when multiple players are involved. So that's something I have to test. And if you can't pass the aggro on to another player, so be it. At least you're luring the warden over towards other players and potentially get them eliminated. So let's just build up these structures a little bit more and start working on some details. I think I want to remove the middle line. Actually, let's just change this all back to the deep slate, or the cobble deep slate. It shouldn't be that easy to jump lines. If this does well, I was thinking maybe doing another version with Ravagers. But we'll see. We shall see. And I did have a couple of other mini games in the back of my head that I would like to take and bring to light. I had an idea for like a race of some sort. It was like a volcano escape. 4 players are put on a volcano, and the player closest to the volcano is eliminated. And there'll be things like traps that you can do, or there'll be like targets you could hit with a bow or something that'll like pop up a barrier on another player's track. So example, like you shoot a target and then the person next to you, they get cobwebbed. And then it's just like things like that or something. And that was an idea for another minigame I had. So yeah, I don't just make parkour maps. I do have ideas for minigames from time to time, and this was one that again I saw in a dream, and I was like, I gotta try to do this in real life. That looks like a lot of fun. So we got a layout for this basic path. Actually, I think maybe the wool needs to go in the middle of this path here. Or maybe we remove this inner ring. Or actually I just came up with a better idea. I think this inner ring should be having some traps on it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me explain. So the skulk sensor, I tested this last time I was like fiddling around with the Warden. If you just have skulk sensors underneath carpets, even if you're sneaking, it still detects the vibrations from the player standing on the skulk sensor. So what I'm thinking is, if you see a wool block, it's safe to stand on. But if the map is configured to have these traps, even if you're sneaking on this wool, it's going to send a vibration. And to prove that the Warden hears that, let's spawn in another will. Yeah, and there he is. So yeah. And I'd probably waterlog the skulk sensors just so they don't make noise. Wrong block. So I could probably put like, I'm thinking of putting traps maybe in these crossways or on the wool. So that way it's like, you can't be on the wool all the time. Because then you might like trigger a trap or something. Let's just throw that out. Let's grab some buttons. Just to make sure we have to use this. Let's use a stone button, and we'll use something resembling a snow block, like maybe a snow block. I'm thinking bone block, maybe. Yeah, there it is. So on the ends of the map, there's going to be a button like this. And I think I measured this out. Yep, the Warden can hear the button from the middle. So you can see how the Warden path finds, if the button is pressed, the Warden's going to hear it. So what I'm thinking is we have a command block that gives the player a single snowball. So like, they press the button, they risk alerting the Warden, but they get a snowball in return that they can use as like a huge tactical advantage. And I'm thinking maybe only one of these buttons be active at a time, and then there's like a cooldown till the next button press. Because then otherwise the warden's just going to be like camping the button. And then if there's a button on the other side, if the warden's on that side of the map, and we have a button over here, we just give that a press. The warden doesn't hear it. So I think I might have to make like a proximity detector or something to detect which of like the segments the warden is nearby, and like disable the other buttons. So you can only press the button if the warden is within hearing range or something. I don't know how in the world I would do that, but I could probably come up with something. We'll just set up a few of these. I know for sure I want them on the edge. Or maybe I should put them in the middle. I don't know. It makes sense for me to put them on the edge. What do you think? Pressure plates, you say? Ooh, I like that idea. Pressure plate? Because then that means the player has to be like, because I see what you're saying, because the player could like reach it from there. But if there's a pressure plate, the player has to be on the exact position. I see what you're saying there. That's a better idea. I like that. So yeah, we'll change this. We'll make this a pressure plate. Now, do you think we should put the snowballs in the middle? Or do you think we should put them on the outer edge? Because I think no matter where the warden is standing in the arena, the middle can always be heard. So I'm curious your thoughts. What do you think? Should we put it in the middle or on the edge? Middle? Okay, yeah, that works. I can use a... So I can't put them like directly in the middle, but I can put them like, I don't know, right here. Yeah, it would make things more interesting. So if we just... Oh, is he despawning? Where's he going? I'm wondering if that's a bug. Because he was named. I wonder if that's probably a bug, right? Actually, now that I think about it, I think the fewer snowballs, the better. I think maybe there's only one pressure plate. Or maybe two, I don't know. My OCD is heavily influencing this decision. I'm not sure where to put the pressure plate. I think it could be a bug. Or maybe like just one of these is a pressure plate. Only one of them is active at a time, and then there's like a cooldown or something. That way I can have a symmetry. So like that one would be active, but these three would be disabled until that one's been, once that one's been stepped on, it removes the pressure plate, and then it like waits 30 seconds or so, or maybe like 10 seconds, and then puts a new pressure plate down randomly. So I think that's what I want to do. And just to like confirm that the warden can hear pressure plates, only when you step off. Oh, if... I want this... I feel like the snowballs are going to be a big advantage. So hiding the pressure plate might not be a bad idea. But then there's the possibility that the players never find it. Maybe on like a different map. Maybe on a different map I could like hide the pressure plate, because I'm doing I'm doing 3 maps. I'm doing the Deep Dark, I want to do the Nether, and then I want to do the End. The End being a completely flat map, no obstacles or anything. And I think that one would end up being pretty intense. So maybe for like the Nether, I could hide the pressure plate. But for the default map, I think this would work. So what else do we want? What else do we want to add? Let me test something. If you're crouching, okay, if you're crouching, switch game modes. Hello, switch game modes. Thank you. So if you're crouching and you jump, as long as you're crouching when you land, you're fine. So that takes away from my. I was thinking having like a tripwire hook or something here that the players had to jump over. But as long as they're crouching when they land, they're fine. Maybe some tripwire hooks would be interesting. So if you're not careful, you're gonna set one off. But then that encourages the players to walk on the wool. Maybe just like in between here. Oh, and obviously it's got to be in the wall, so like the player just can't step on the tripwire hook. So maybe like that. And I imagine it's a similar story, only on the activation as well. Oh, and that's a problem. Well, there goes the tripwire idea. The warden can set it off. There goes that idea. What else? What else could we potentially do? So we got the snowball system, we have the warden. I feel like there needs to be something else that the player can do to gain an advantage. Maybe like set off a piston or something in a remote location. Maybe. I don't know. I'm happy with this layout so far. Although, yeah, they're hiding an item. I can't think of an item other than the snowball, because if I give them a potion or something, or a water bottle, I mean, yeah, that's a one-time use, but that's no different than a snowball. And if I give them a bow, then I feel like they're gonna try and just flat out kill the other players using the bow. I was toying around with the idea of potentially adding Swift Sneak as a modifier for the game. That could be interesting. I was also wondering, where is... Ooh, swiftness on the warden could be good. Oh, I see what you're saying. An item they can use to, like, take extra hits in case the warden does aggro on them. I'm wondering if there's a way to potentially... I don't know, what am I saying? I wonder if there's a way to potentially, like, lose sight, or get the warden to lose sight on you. But in the meantime, does this work? Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, that is even more terrifying. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That's terrifying. Okay, there he is. He's over there. That's terrifying. Oh, he's mad. He's mad. He's mad. I can't see how close he is, so yep, there it is. That is terrifying. Dude. Oh my goodness. I'm adding that as a modifier. That is terrifying. An invisible warden. Dude. And there's something else I noticed while running from the Invis Warden. I only had to send him vibrations twice, and then he knew exactly where I was. So that means, like, although yes, you can bait the Warden into certain areas by moving around, you can only do it once. And then the next time it happens, he's on you. Unless he, like, gets distracted and follows another player or something. Yikes. Yeah, that's terrifying. Invis is going to be, oh boy. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I can't wait to see how people handle that. What else could we potentially do? So your idea on like a health boost, like what were you thinking? Like a notch apple or something? Or maybe just a regular gap? Because like if I switch game modes and then chug one of these guys, if I just spawn a warden. Never mind, that idea's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. He one-shot me with a god apple. So that's off the table. The only way that would be useful is if, like, if he's going after using a sonic boom. So if I just spawn this guy in. If I chug this. I'm curious, so he's chasing me now. I'm curious how much this protects against the sonic boom. I think a totem would be very overpowered. Okay. Okay. Where is he even? Oh, he's over there. I'm cutting into the middle. Oh, wow, yeah. So the notch apple allows you to take 3 hits then. And then obviously the totem would be a lot better. Where is the totem even? Oh, there it is. He's on me. So obviously a totem would be a big advantage. And the God Apple allows you to take 3 hits. A totem, I imagine, would allow you to also take 3 hits. But you could probably also take a hit from the Warden melee. Yeah. They're both 3 hits. But I imagine the totem is slightly better because you can take a melee. So let's just... Oh, yeah. It would allow you to take a melee hit. So yeah, something like that would be really useful. So if we had like a hidden notch apple or a totem, that would obviously be really useful. Notch apple would definitely help against the sonic boom, and a totem would allow you to take an extra hit from the warden, meaning you could pull off some more risky maneuvers if you had something like that. I think something like that might be a common item, maybe. Maybe the totem could be a little bit more rare, but something like the notch apple could be like a common item. So maybe like after like 20 seconds or so, an item spawns at the middle. And if you're crazy enough to go get it, I wonder if we should make that a skulk sensor in the middle. No, no, yeah, an item on top of a skulk sensor sets off the vibrations, I think. I'm pretty sure. So if we just check a skulk sensor, then yeah, that's gonna trigger the skulk sensor. So that doesn't work. But maybe like, yeah, drop an item, or maybe drop multiple items at the middle. And if you're crazy enough, you go get it, and then you have an advantage. That could be an interesting twist. I didn't think of that when I was originally like doing my brainstorming session, having like a totem or a notch apple. So that's another thing we need to figure out. I think for now I want to work on the build, and then we'll get into the command block action a little bit later. So let's start by making this a 3 blocks wide, this outer ring, so we can add some decorative bits. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Okay, just making sure it's 3 blocks. I thought that I might have missed a block there or something. What are some other ideas we could potentially do to like spice up the game? I'm thinking like maybe we could use the glowing effect to like see where other players are. So like everyone knows where everyone is at any given time. I think that could be a useful thing to have. Where is the deep slate? There it is. Now we need some sort of stair. Or maybe whenever one player is eliminated, it drops an item in the middle. Maybe something like that. And maybe not like, maybe not at the middle, maybe at the warden itself. So like the warden kills a player, and then like a totem drops at the warden's position. So if you want it, you're gonna have to go like crazy. With blue fire, what do you mean? No, like in the arena, I think is what you're trying to say, what you're trying to ask. It would drop in the arena at the warden's position whenever a player died. I think that could be interesting. Oh, put blue fire on the top? This is gonna be the roof. I do want to put blue fire on like this outer ring. So like, where's the soul soil? Where be the soul soil? I haven't used the vanilla creative mode in a long time. I've been using modded just because it's got better organization. I'm gonna put soul soil all throughout here and then light it. In the back will, like behind this will just be black concrete, so this is all you'll see, and then like you'll have the roof. Let's grab some flint and steel. Whoops, we don't want regular fire, we want the blue stuff. Now, concern is the warden. No, the warden's not attracted to the fire. I was worried that the fire might give off a vibration. Is this not gonna work? Hold up. That's directly at the corner. Oh my goodness, that doesn't work. Well then. I gotta take this pillar down then. Actually that's the middle there, right there. So theoretically I just move all this stuff over. And have a really big center. Yeah, that'll work. And now we just gotta do this. All the way around. In the meantime, why don't we try thinking of some other stuff that we could potentially add for this minigame? Maybe be like other forms of like traps or something. I think that's gonna look really cool. Imagine that like all the way around. I don't know how the clone command works, so at least I haven't like figured out how it works. So that's not an option. So it's like 3 pillars and then the gap. What? We're off again. No, wait, never mind. What am I saying? Ooh, I panicked there for a second. Let me just make this easier for myself and just chug that there. block under there. The most stress when making a map or a minigame? I'm going to tell you a story about the time I almost lost several months of work due to a soft lock. So I was fiddling around with the teleportation commands and like getting stuff figured out. And I accidentally configured a command block to a repeat. And so what that did is that would constantly teleport me to a specific location, and it was like far away from where the command block actually was. So what ended up happening is I had to remember where I had set that command block. I had to try to figure out the coordinates, and thankfully I was able to figure it out, and I was able to use the fill command to delete the command block. Block. But yeah, had I not been able to figure that situation out, I would have lost the entirety, more or less, of Into the Stars 2. It was like I was working on the final few areas for that map, and I almost lost the whole project because I was just being stupid. So yeah, that's probably the most, like, that's probably been like the craziest thing that's happened with a map. Yeah, it would have been bad. It would have been really bad. I don't know how I could have explained it to my audience if like I've been hyping up this big map and then I had to cancel it because I soft locked myself. Yeah, not making that mistake again. Not doing that again. That was not fun. That's why you gotta be careful with command blocks, because you might accidentally soft lock yourself. Probably the biggest pain I have with making maps is not really the command block works. It's not really the building aspect that makes it like difficult. What really kills me and kills my motivation is terraforming. I am like a terrible terraformer. I find it miserable and just painful mentally because I have OCD, and doing things like everything has to be symmetrical or it has to follow a set pattern, and terraforming is anything but. So that's probably the one thing I hate about making maps is terraforming. And if you were here on the last stream and you saw the mountain I made on Into the Stars 3, yeah, that's all nice and symmetrical and smooth, just because like I'm not a terraformer and I never will be. My OCD doesn't allow. That's probably the most stress I get is when terraforming. It makes me want to like tear my hair out. Now we just add all the fire, and that should be good. Whoops. Oh yeah, that looks cool. That's gonna look amazing once we get like... We can actually do that right now. It's just a matter of... Let's get a command block here. We set that down. This is budget world edit. And then we set it down here, grab these chords. What is it? Deep slate. Bricks. And boom, there's our roof. And we do need some sort of light in the middle. so there'll be more pillars here. Yeah, getting stuck is not fun. We get some lights in the middle. Now we just bring these up. And honestly, from a ground level, that looks pretty cool. Especially like once we have the black background. I might add something that glows in the middle here. Maybe a light block for start. I can't even see the middle. For sure that's too bright, but it's a start. What light level is that? That's 5, 6, 7. Let's go 7 maybe. We'll keep it at 7. It's too dim. Let's try 10. Yep, that'll do the trick. Now we just finish off this build real quick, and then we can... I guess we can do the backdrop, and then we can start working on the commands for this place. It's been a while since I've done anything with command block, so this should be interesting. That's not gonna matter since I'm using a command to spawn in the Warden anyway. I'm thinking that like once all the players are gonna get teleported into the arena, and then they'll have like a special item in their inventory, like, I don't know, for this example, we use a diamond. And then like once they drop their diamond, that means they're ready for the round to begin. And once all players have done that, then the Warden spawns in with a command. And then the game actually starts. I think that's how I want to set it up. Yeah, I wouldn't use like a Shrieker to naturally spawn in the Warden, because I want it to spawn in the middle. And if I use Shriekers, then if I have the Skulk Traps dotted around, that could lead to some complications. Honestly, this is a pretty cool build. I might use this for like a future map or something. Because I like the look of this place. Just checking some more pillars or some of these, like, I don't know what you would call these things, like supports? Like they're supporting the support that supports the ceiling. They look cool. That's what they do. We just finish off. We got one more section to do. And then we can do the black concrete in the back, which isn't gonna... Yeah. Basically. I feel like there needs to be light here, but I don't think I'm going to be able to fit it in the... actually, if I do something like that, I could fit light in there. And I put like an iron bar in front of that. Dude. How cool is that? Sick, I agree. It looks really cool. Problem is I gotta do it on all sides. It's kind of hard to see underneath. Yeah, that looks really cool. Whoops. I don't know. Honestly, I'm just doing things to make it look cool. I'm kind of like, I'm kind of keeping the architecture of the ancient city in mind. And like just kind of basing it roughly around that. Yeah, it just kind of give off like a dungeon kind of a vibe. Missed the spot where? Did I miss it here? No, I think I got everything. Yeah, I got everything. Unless I'm going crazy. I'm pretty sure I've checked everything twice now. You're right next to it. Where? Oh, you mean up here? I was confused. I was like, I'm pretty sure I got everything. Oh, great. I got a surprise guest, my dog. Hi, puppy. Dude, he fits right in. Oh, and that would be why I haven't been using. We have a German Shepherd. His name is Max. He's a good boy. But he needs to go upstairs. There he goes. Ah, yes. Same problem as the tripwire hook. This is why we can't do a pressure plate. It has to be a button. Do you see why we can't do a pressure plate? Well, eventually he'll get off, but the warden could set it off. So we have to do a button. You know what? You're not alone. I suggested tripwire hooks. So you're not alone. Alright, so how far back do I want to make this border? I think I want to make it one further back. So we need another layer of bricks here. We be speed building out here. And then we just use a simple command block method of filling in large flat surfaces. And then we pick this up. And then we plop it here. Black concrete, needs redstone. Boom. And then once we fill this in, we can have a step back to see how that looks. Dude, look at that. That's awesome. Dude, then once we do this all the way around, oh, that's gonna be so cool. So we just gotta do this all the way around, and then we just gotta fill in the black concrete. I'm so glad we can do this with commands. Imagine filling in all these walls by hand. That would take absolutely forever. Now I gotta be very careful not to delete the entirety of the map. Yeah, it's not fun. It's one of the many reasons I don't build like crazy stuff in survival. It's because a lot of the stuff I build is just flat surfaces. Eventually, I have to use commands. And just for safety reasons, I'm going to grab a new command block because I don't fancy rebuilding all of this. Now we'll just come inside and then boom. How cool does this look? It could use some more sculk in like the ceilings and stuff. But I could take care of that a little bit later. This looks absolutely nuts. Yeah, I know. It looks amazing. Now, if we're in survival, obviously, like, that takes away. Where's the outer ring? There it is. Because, like, the darkness effect really messes with you. So I think there's going to be, like... I think there's going to be a command block feature that removes the darkness effect. Where am I? I can't see when it fades to black. Where's he at? Oh, there he is. Oh, he didn't aggro this time. There he goes. There he goes. And we run. And we run. And we're dead. Yeah, the darkness effect is something, it's status effect that we can remove. I think that just for the time being, just for ease of access, I'm gonna make a 3x3 hole in the ceiling, just so like I can get in and out. All right then. So first things first, we need the mechanism that spawns the warden in the middle. Whoops, I broke the sculk block. So let's see. I'm gonna need to pull out my command generator for this. Where is that sucker? There it is. I need to summon a mob. Ooh, they updated their page. So this should be relatively painless. And then we generate a command. We copy it. I come back in here. And there we go. Although we need to get specific coordinates for this. Let's try another method. I need to be able to get specific chords. So this is where the warden's gonna spawn. So we get those specific chords. And then we come here, Control V. We paste in our command. We delete these chords, and we put in the ones that are there. And just like that, we have our command block that summons in our warden. I'm gonna grab a lever, and I'm gonna name this, I'm gonna label this command block so I don't accidentally break it later. And if we just oh, interesting. Huh. That shouldn't be happening. We have persistent here. Why does he despawn? Even if I smack him, he just despawns. Oh, you think? Where is this command block? It's right there. I just... Okay, now I can't see the lever. There it is. I don't think it's the light level. And if I remove the persistent tag and then try again. Nope. That could be a problem. That could be a serious problem. That's something I haven't tested yet, is summoning a warden. I mean, I guess he doesn't need to be invulnerable. I just really wanted the custom name. So let's try that again. Nope. Well, if he has no NBT data at all. It's the name. That could be a problem. No, I don't remember the command. Now if we try it again, he despawns immediately. It's the name. That's a serious problem. Is it possible to rename the warden, or to rename a mob after they've been summoned in? Like using commands. Oh boy. I don't think it's the attribute command. I wonder if it's data. So merge me. I don't know what I'm doing here. What does insert do? I'm gonna have to research this later. Let's just try that. No, he despawns because of the custom name. Oh, we have two now. That's another thing I was interested in potentially doing, is having two wardens when there's like more than 4 players. It doesn't display previous output. Let me look this up real quick. Hmm. Hmm. I'm not seeing anything. Okay, so the only way it looks like, according to the forums, the only way to apply a name tag to a mob is when you first summon it. At least by using commands. So, unfortunately, he's not going to be able to be named or modified with NBT. And the only reason that's a problem is because if no one moves around for 60 seconds, the warden's gonna despawn automatically. Even if he's sniffing a player. He needs to be persistent. Hmm. Yeah, he just despawns immediately. I wonder if I can get his data immediately. See if there's a way. Did that work? I couldn't tell if that worked. No, it did not work. It did not. Now I'm trying to see if I can get the data of the mob, but no, he despawns the second he spawns in. Um, I do have another idea. This might be equally crazy, but there's no reason not to try it. So right here, if I place a dispenser, I fill it with Warden spawn eggs, and then I power it. We get a Warden. We do get a Warden. Now if I rename this... Ooh, actually I have a better idea. If I place the command block here, forget what it is. What label it is. Wonder if there's a tag for dispensers. No. You know what I'm gonna do? I need to get a custom item. So I gotta go back to my generator, get a custom spawn egg, place it inside that dispenser, and then use a dispenser to trigger the warden as opposed to using a command directly. If that makes sense. I can't find the item generator. Where is the item generator? Hmm. Okay, I think I got it. That gives me a coal ore. Let's try replace. No, it should work. Yep, there it is. Cool. So now we take that command, we check the dispenser here, we place a block on top of it, and we check. There it is. And all we need to do is power this. Yep. Wow. That is so much more effort. And it should be resettable. Yep. It is 100% resettable. So as long as there is a dispenser underneath there, this is a 100% reusable system. I'm quite proud with this. All right, so I need to label this so I don't accidentally break it later. Let's rename this summon Warden. And then we need to create a follow-up command that powers the dispenser. So theoretically, what we need to do is we set a repeating command block to here. They'll set this block space to air. And since it's redstone required, what this should do is give a 1-tick pulse to the dispenser. Oh, Will, please don't fall in the hole. And then what we do up here we set this to redstone block. And theoretically, we have a working system. So let's kill off Will. We get a new warden. He's too interested in the dispenser. It takes a minute. Or it takes a second. We kill him again. And we have infinite wardens. So that is one system done. Oh boy, that took a lot of effort. That took a lot of effort. For just something as simple as summoning a mob. Wow. I hope the rest of this doesn't go that bad. Oh my goodness. So that's one system down. I think next we need to do the actual activation of the system, of the minigame. So when the warden is summoned, it needs to activate the button system, and it needs to activate the respawn system. That's gonna remove the players after they've died. We also need like a scoreboard or something, or teams, just to get this thing, like, I want to do teams so it's easier to keep track of how many people are actually left, and that'll make it easier for us to remove the player from the arena when all teams have been eliminated. With that being said, I think that's going to wrap it up for now. I'm quite happy with the work that we've done here. We got our mechanism spawner up and running. We got an incredible, absolute incredible arena to play in. We have our warden. We have our respawn mechanism. Well, I'm quite satisfied with today's stream. We got a lot of work done. And I think next week, for sure I'm going to be working on this off camera, but I think next week I want to come back and get a little bit more of the systems done. Lewis, if you're still watching, which I'm assuming you are, I want to thank you for coming out, and to the other person who came out as well, who hasn't been saying anything in chat. Thanks for checking out the stream. I really appreciate having you on. And if you don't mind, in the description, I have linked my Discord server, which is something, I don't know who else. He despawned. I'm gonna assume that's a bug. I'm just gonna assume that's a bug. We'll figure that out. We'll figure something out. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you don't mind, join the Discord server. I'll post progress updates over there. And that's gonna wrap it up for the stream. Thank you so much for watching. I think I'm gonna end it here.